What's up, guys? My name is Trader J, and today we'll be going through some watch list. Well, we'll be going through our watch list and see what opportunities we have coming up with the markets. Now, I am a trendsetter, so trend follower. Sorry. So what I'm looking for is trends to take trades following the trend. So first of all, let's take a look at Aussie CAD. Now, going through the list, I don't think we can see that if I turn all of my EMAs on, the blue of course being the 200 EMA, the yellow being the 100, and the 20 being the white one, that there's not much happening. I mean, of course price is trending down, but also stochastics is oversold. So I'm not gonna jump in this one, so there's not much here for me at the moment. Moving on. If you guys don't know, I do trade on a daily time frame. I am a swing trader, swing trader slash trend follower. And if it's under the 200 EMA, I'm looking to, of course, sell. And if it's under the 20 EMA, now that's when you can go down to the 4-hour time frame and look for trade opportunities there. But since we're still hovering around 20 EMA, I'm still going to stick to a daily time frame until that changes. Now with Aussie Swiss franc, nothing there. Aussie Japan. Now I thought there may have been trade here, considering that pin bar right there, but due to the market structure, I might skip this one, as price made a new lower, higher low. I'm not going to take this and just wait patiently and see what's going to happen next after. So I will keep this on my watch list, but don't know if I'm going to do anything with this in the coming days until it shows me a little bit more. Now Aussie New Zealand, nice pullback after bouncing off support, following a nice downtrend. Now the play here, I'd reckon maybe I was waiting for a bounce at the 100 EMA, but it seems like it went straight through. Now this is why it's pretty important to wait for the candle close. This was pushing hard up. For next candle again came down a little bit and pushed hard up still. So no opportunities here. We'll probably wait for maybe something like this to happen. If we see some hesitation, consolidation here, and then maybe go back down, aim for these lows. Stop loss probably up around here to be safe, around there somewhere. Gives us a good opportunity for a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio, which that's pretty good for me. I usually go for about 2 to 2.5, sometimes 3 to 4, but yeah, obviously average is around 2.5. So here I don't think there's anything yet. Stochastics are overbought, which is good. It's a good sign, but the price action is not really showing much. Again, on the 4-hour, which there's really no point going down to the 4-hour, considering it's above the 20 EMA. But just having a look closer, again, it's pushing hard. It's pushing up pretty hard. So let's just leave for now and just wait patiently. I don't reckon there's gonna be any trade opportunity till about next week or so, until price reaches this resistance level, and then yeah, we'll probably have to come back to this next week and see what happens. Moving on to Aussie Singapore, I am in this trade at the moment, which is in profit, pretty nice. I moved my stop loss to break even when it came to around here. The reason I did this is from the fib extension. When you pull it from top, where is it, top to bottom, to the lows, to the highs again, it came to that 0.6 a 618 level, which is when I usually move my stop loss to break even. Just give it a little bit of breathing room. Once this happened, after I moved my stop loss to break even, price decided to retrace, which it happens. And as you can see, it bounced off the 100 EMA or even the 0.5 fib level there from top to bottom. That's where I pulled my fib. And after it rejected off that, that's when I moved my stop loss down just to that lower high right there, which is I reckon a safe bet. What happened next is price decided to plummet down with a little bit of retracement, possibly. Let's see on the 4 hour. Could be a buying opportunity when after it bounces off that 20 and 100 EMA. Sorry, 50 EMA. The yellow's 50, man. I forget. So what you can actually do, if you pull a fib from there to there, you can see that it's currently reacting to the 0.5 fib level. Or if we pull it, you can pull it from there to there, or even from there to there, which is, it could actually bounce from there too. But look, I reckon it's going down pretty hard. If you maybe put a limit order around the 0.618 level or 0.5 bigger fib level, you can probably get a trade there. But at the moment, nothing quite yet. Maybe wait also for the stochastics to go to either the higher range of the over bought area. So that's basically my strategy. What I do is I to confirm a trade. Of course, I want to trade with the trend with the 200 EMA. So if it's above the 200 EMA, I'm buying. If it's under the 200 EMA, I'm selling. And what I look for is the price action, either give me consolidation and engulfing towards the trend. Engulfer, a closed engulfer with the trend, or usually a pin bar just like this one would be pretty good for me to. So this is what basically caused gave me confirmation for this trade. A little bit consolidation there, big pin bar, and I just entered a next candle close. So like I said again, it's pretty important to wait for the candle to close before entering. So because for example, where is it? This candle here, right? It was a big red candle, but then it got pushed up. So as you can see, it turned out green. But yeah. So those are my criteria. So stochastics, price action, and of course following the trend. So this one's going nicely, like I said. Just waiting for it to go lower. Hopefully, I reckon it might react around this level here, which is where I originally had my take profit, but then I decided to move it down lower. Considering price usually likes to retest the big levels. So next one I see is of course this one here, which I've already marked out. And here's a little tip as well. If you're having issues, or if you're having a hard time trying to figure out where the support and resistance levels are, you can always switch to the line graph. That helps a lot. So there's my shortcuts for getting rid of the EMAs. So as you can see, it makes it really clear where the lines are, so there's not so much noise. Yeah. Yeah. So moving back up, put my lines back up. Moving on, Aussie USD. I didn't actually take this trade. This was a good trade. As you can see, price decided to stall at the 20 EMA, and then reject it down. I was thinking to take this, but I think I was too exposed with the USD pairs, so I didn't actually take this one. But yeah, like as you can see, I've actually I was planning this trade, but again did not decide to take it. As it's under the 20 MA, we can see on the 4 hour that again that would have been another great opportunity to buy it right there. Unfortunately, the stochastics didn't show that, but yeah, still plummeted right after. Next up, we've got oil. Crude oil. This trade was super annoying. I actually hopped into this trade, I think about here, on the 4 hour. It was around here. So price was, let me quickly check. Price was Where is it? I lost it. Hang on. I hear it right here. So as you can see, prices it was bouncing off the 50 EMA, and stochastics are showing oversold. And I put my stop loss way too tight. I put it around here somewhere. And what ended up happening is that price went in my favor, entering, and then came back down to take me out. As you can see here, probably stopped a lot of people out who had their stop loss too tight, including myself. And then just went on its way. So my take profit was actually up there, which would have been a pretty nice trade. Moving probably my stop loss to break even at this point somewhere. And yeah, this trade would have been in nice profits. As you can see that the stochastics again showing oversold, sorry, and looks like price is actually reacting to that 20 EMA again. On the daily, it is showing a massive pin buy and also overbought. So look, it could go either way. If the bulls are strong enough, maybe they can push the price up higher. However, if the bears at this resistance level, which I've marked out due to all this happening here, and also rejection from then last high, it could go back down. But no, either way, it could go either way. Yeah. Again, missed opportunity here due to stop losses being too tight. That's definitely a lesson learned, and maybe leave a little bit more room for your stop loss in the future. Bitcoin, something I have my chart on my watch list. I don't really trade it much, but not sure where this is gonna go. This could be. I mean, let's pull a fib from high to low. You can see that it's kind of reacting off the 0.5 fib. But however, this could be a dead cat bounce. You know, we don't know. We'll see where it goes. I mean, here it is consolidating here. Maybe if we get it engulfed for here, it could be a good entry. But there is resistance just above. Yeah, like again, I just have Bitcoin here because I like to look at it, but I don't really trade it much, or at all. Not really liking the price action of CAD. Swiss franc. What I usually do is I look at where the 200 EMA is, and if that's a buy or sell opportunity. You know, if the stochastics doesn't line up, then I just usually flick through it. Here, as you can see, it's above the 200 EMA, so we should be buying. But stochastics is also overbought, so it's not really a good option to buy. Moving on, we got CAD, JPY, Japan, Yen. Nothing there because stochastics is overbought. Yep. CAD Singapore. Look, there could be an opportunity to actually go down here. As you can see from this trend line, if we pull one to there, it is kind of following the trend line towards the downside. This could actually be a good opportunity right here to sell and possibly go down further. But yeah, again, the price action is not too clear. You know what? Actually, I might keep watching this one, see what it does. I mean, if it is a bearish engulfer going down, I possibly might take this trade down to low. So it's also be obviously up there, and targets. Let's see. We're gonna pull the extension. I like using extension just to see where price go. Let's pull it from there and back up there. Targets could be to the 1-to-1. So if you guys want to know what this is, if I put my levels back on, 0.6 pip extension, the one in the 1.618. That could be a good take profit level, I reckon. This will give you about 2 to 5. Let's say 2 to 5 risk ratio. But again, keep this on our watch list. And see what price does after. If it closes if it closes under the 20 EMA on a daily time frame and has a prints a what's it called, a bearish engulfer, I don't see why not. It could be good trade. Swiss franc JPY, nothing there. Corn, something I've been looking at actually for a while, is corn. As you can see, price has come up. It's broken support. Now it's retesting it. Following this trend line, if we get a break on the of this mini trend line here, with a bearish engulfer. It could be a good trade considering price stochastics is overbought. Although we do have to be careful because there is resistance coming in just below there. As you can see, that's where price bounced. So if I was to take this trade, I'd probably move my stops to break even pretty early and hope that price breaks through there, breaks through resistance without much hesitation. Because if it does, it might come back up and just flick us out to break even. So there's nothing to worry about there. But yeah, this is something to consider if we do take this trade. Moving on, Euro AUD. Now I was in this trade. I entered around there somewhere and went up in my favor for about a 1-to-1 risk ratio. Moved my stops to break even. Unfortunately, it came down and came back up after almost touching my stops, which is around down there somewhere. And the next candle unfortunately just whipped back down and it took me out. Even the next candle too, same thing. So it was gonna go lower. So that came out of that trade with break even. Didn't lose any money, which is great, which is good. If anything, I think I made like $2 something, which is nothing. But still didn't lose money. And number one rule of trading is of course capital preservation. So I can't complain about that. Now what I can see here is of course price is trending upwards and above the 200 EMA. However, we do have this head and shoulders pattern forming. So who knows? Maybe price could come back down from here and just dump right down. So again, I want to stay out of this trade. Market structure is actually a pretty important thing for me. So if I see anything like that, I usually try to stay out of the market, as it's not. I don't think it's too good of a trade, unless price does bounce from here. Then maybe there's an opportunity. But as you can see, it is forming a low high. Well, it's formed a low high, and if it forms the next lower low, then it confirms the pattern. But moving on. What do we have here? Euro CAD. Nah, not much. Price action is not clean enough. Euro Swiss franc consolidation happening there at resistance. If it breaks, and possibly a trade entry. If it breaks and closes right under there, possibly entry around where the break after the break candle has printed. Could happen today, we don't know. And take profits at the resist support level just below. Euro pound, possibly short opportunity there, but again, I don't really like this consolidation here. It is following the trend, but it's a bit flat for me. So I'm gonna skip this. Euro JPY, nah, nothing there. Euro New Zealand, nope. Euro Singapore, that would have been a decent trade actually, with a big pin bar here, with a bullish or a bearish pin bar, well with green, but with a pin bar there and the price dump, but nothing there yet. What I'll probably wait for this one is I'll wait for the break of support, this massive support here. I'll probably wait for that, and probably a retest. So if it breaks and retest, I'd probably look to enter around there somewhere. Should the price be overbought, of course. But at this stage, there's not much happening. I wouldn't even consider a trade yet. Oh, this is a trade that I actually won yesterday. Well, profited from yesterday. I hit my TP. So what happened here was I entered at so I saw that the price was rejecting off the 200 EMA, and started to dump. So I just waited for a confirmation. There was the engulfer there. So what we did was we entered the next candle open, came up a little bit, and then just dumped again. Started reacting to the 20 EMA. But again, the bears were too strong, so start pushing it down. So when it started hesitating on this area here, like I said, once it hits the 0.618, I just passes it. I usually move my stops to break even, and just waited. I just staged what price did next. Was it hesitated, and then once it took out these lows here, moved my stops to about there somewhere. And look, overnight it went straight to profit, which is great. Possibly even a chance to move the take profits lower. So what I usually do is I usually move down to the lower time frames when price does this, and it looks like it's showing some strength towards the downside or the upside, whatever my position is. So for example here, what I could have done, if I moved down to 4-hour time frame, I could have quickly looked at what price is doing, and slowly, move my so removed my TP or moved it down lower past this point and just let it run. So as it kept making lower highs, just keep moving, just trailing my stop losses down. But look, I wasn't at my computer during that time, and I'm pretty happy with this trade. Pretty good trade, as you can see. But at the moment, nothing yet. What we'll probably wait for, if we want to re-enter this one, is wait for a retest of this support. Once the price comes down, comes back up, and hopefully it'll be overbought on the stochastics. Pound Oz made a lower high. Sorry about my phone, guys. It made a lower high, so not really interested. Actually, there could be a opportunity to buy here, but we'll keep an eye out on this one. Not sure. Pound Swiss, nah. Price action's too ugly. Pound JPY, not looking great. It's trending down. This trend line's keeping it down. Unless we get a break and retest of this trend line, there's not really any opportunities there. Could be an opportunity towards the downside, but now this is Pound New Zealand. This is a trade that I've actually was put in from a limit order. So I placed it overnight, and overnight what the price did. So the thinking behind this trade is actually following this massive pin bar. So what happened was price came down. Well, it was trending up, came down, broke the 200 EMA, which is a signal for us to sell. Came down and started retesting the 200 EMA. So what we did here, after seeing that pin bar, is looked for sell opportunities. So I didn't actually enter straight away after seeing this. What I waited for was the price to retrace back up. So what I used to do is I used to actually enter the next candle open, but I've realized that after a massive engulfer like this, price usually retraces, right? So what I did is I put my limit order at the 0.5 fib level, and waited. If it was going to take me in, it would take me in. If not, then so be it. So it's actually got me in actually around there, right? Yeah. We don't. By doing that, I reckon it really helps you with FOMO, and also for you to stay patient and just stick to your plan. As you can see here, what price did is it came down, came back up, past the 0.5, just a little bit past my entry, and took me in, came back up, and started hesitating off the 200 EMA. 200 EMA. What this also helps us do is get a better risk to reward ratio. So as you can see here, this gives me a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. However, if I was to enter down there, not very good. Right? 1 to 7. Right? Even up here, it's 2 to 2.38 risk ratio, whereas here, 3.01, which is pretty good. Which is what I usually look for. Like I said, I like to go for 2.5s around that amount when look for trades. So Yeah, let's just see where this goes. If it comes back up, it takes me out. It takes me out. Move on to the next trade. But, wait, shut up. But yeah, so we'll just wait to see what happens. It looks like it's hesitating here, so hopefully it just dumps right after. Pound Singapore just recently dumped. Not really an opportunity there. Maybe after a retest, but not much at the moment. Pound USD, again same thing. The pound pairs just dumped last night, so there won't be much trading option there just yet, but we'll keep an eye out still. New Zealand CAD, same thing. It's under 200 EMA on a daily. Not much trading opportunities there yet, as the classics is also oversold. Here's what I'm looking at actually. I'm looking for some consolidation here at the 0.5 fib level and also the 200 EMA, and hopefully we get a nice bounce to the upside. I'd probably be targeting. Let's see, with the extension tool, I'd be targeting around that one extension level. So yeah, like I said, I'm just waiting for consolidation and then waiting for a bullish engulfer. That's when that'll be my signal to buy. Stochastics is oversold as well, which is pretty good. So maybe today or tomorrow it could be an entry there. New Zealand JPY, I don't really like it. The price action doesn't look too great. New Zealand dollar, nah, nothing there yet. Singapore, Japan, this is actually a trade I missed actually. So price came down. I was looking to enter around here, but didn't really have a confirmation to come in. Yes, this was a nice big green candle, but also you see that little hesitation there on the wick. I like to enter when price is nice and strong. It's like this one here. But if you enter here and the stop loss down there, it's a bit too much. It's a bit too far away from the stop loss, so which is why I decided to pass on this one. If price came down here and started hesitating a little bit with consolidation candles, and then give me this, then maybe I would have entered that. But this, yeah, I skipped on this one. Soy, another one that I'm currently in. As you can see, price is trending down and following the 20 EMA, also under the 200 EMA, so there's a sell opportunity there, or sell, we're only selling there, sorry. So what you do here, what I did here is I started seeing this one was a bit early, to be honest. I shouldn't have taken this trade. I should have probably waited a little bit longer. But what I did is I went down to the 4-hour time frame, and as you can see, price started hesitating, and I just took this trade. Definitely a lesson. Something I should not do so often. Probably stay a bit more patient and wait for that candle close, that engulfer to go down. Although price is looking pretty good, I must say the structure of the market here is actually looking pretty good. Bouncing off the 20s, so hopefully we can see another what's it called, some movement to the downside. So targets would be down there, next big resistance level. Now there is a little bit of resistance happening here, which we should keep an eye out if it does get to that point. But yeah, this is a 6-to-1 risk ratio. This would be I reckon over a month trade. Just wait for the price to get there. Now if you guys aren't aware, the reason why I trade the 4-hour, 1 day time frame is because yeah, just less volatility, I guess, and less opportunity to get stopped out as easily. I find that with the 4-hour, 1 day time frame, you get more time to plan as well, so you don't make silly mistakes, jumping in early, or so you have enough time to think. It is slow. It's definitely slower, but you also see that the price tends to follow the EMAs a bit more, and also the structures a bit more, because they are key levels opposed to lower time frames. The next one is sugar, not so great. Price, the reason for entry here was of course this big bullish engulfer, but as I said earlier, a better entry would have been to wait for a 0.5 retracement around this level somewhere, right? So if price came back down, then you would have entered and price would have kind of just hovered around there. But look, we don't know what this is gonna go. Yeah, it's kind of stuck between these two support and resistance levels, the top one and the bottom one. So let's see which side has more strength, and either will push it up or push it down lower. US CAD, I don't like this one too much, so I'm not gonna stay. Oh, this one's a beautiful one actually. US Swiss franc. So as you can see, price came up, then came down, hesitated at the 20 EMA, which because we're above the 20 EMA, we can go down to the 4-hour time frame and see what's happening. So as you can see here, as price came back down, it formed a big bullish engulfer. We entered up there after price was oversold. Unfortunately, price came back down. And again rejected off these lows here and started making its way up. So yesterday it kind of just wicked all the way up, not wicked, sorry, it went all the way up, which is good because at this stage here, like I said, after it passes the 0.618 level of the extension, I moved my stop loss up. So this is a risk-free trade, and then we'll just let this trade run and see where it takes us. Now targets, I'm looking for a 2.5 to 1 risk ratio and take profits at the 0.942 level at these highs right here. If price shows bullish strength, I might even push this up all the way to there for a 5 to 1 risk ratio. But look, depends on what price does. If I can see that it's hesitating a bit at that level, I'll probably just move my stop loss right under the price, and then if it goes up, then I take profit. If not, then it stops me out for a good chunk of profit. But yeah, like I said, we'll wait to see what happens. At this stage, not sure. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this trade as the way it's going. US China, no, nothing there. US Japan, nothing there. US Singapore. Okay, silver is actually one that I like a lot, because so I actually caught this move here. As you can see, I entered there, took profits down there. So it's following the trend line pretty nicely. The EMA is pretty nice here, and as you can see here, again, it just bounced off that that resistance level as well as the 20 EMA. So I was actually looking at an opportunity in there, but price was too close. I think the targets were too close in terms of the support being right below. Unfortunately for me, price dumped down and broke that support and close below it. So we'll see where it goes. What I'm actually waiting for now is I'm actually waiting for price to come down a little bit lower and retest this resistance level and then dump it, and then I'll be looking for an opportunity. As you can see here, it's a really nice opportunity. It could be I reckon about 4 to 1, 4 to 6, 4.6 to 1 or 4 to 1 risk ratio. Stops won't be that tight actually in the 4 hour. Ooh, probably above this big candle here. Okay, so still a pretty good trade. 3 to 1 risk ratio. I'll probably wait. I reckon just wait, see what happens. I've noticed that staying patient in terms of trade, patient and consistency equals profits, right? That's what I like to go by. So I reckon we'll just wait and see what happens here. Now the reason why I'm picking the JPY silver and JPY is because it seems to show the nicest and most the best opportunity. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you can see here, silver USD, look, it's not bad. I'm actually looking at all three. The reason I liked the JPY one because that move there was the biggest and gave the most profits. But now things may have changed. Now, as you can see, the Aussie silver, it actually broke its support, right? It broke its support. Now it's on the downside. Maybe with the Aussie one wouldn't be a bad trade too. So we'll probably look for stops just above that candle there, and take profits at this support area right there. So it'll be a 2.26 to 1, whereas the silver would be a bit for Japan will be a bit more, the 3, and the USD, I think USD actually might be the best one here. You can actually put up here as well, just for better risk ratio. Oh yeah, 3.18. Oh, we can even go with 3.3 to 1, which is not bad as well. Look, I'm definitely keeping an eye out on silver because it seems to be trending pretty nicely. And we'll see where we go from there. All right, gold. I'm not a big fan of gold at the moment. It's basically trending like silver, but I don't know. I feel like there's more opportunities in silver than there is gold at the moment. I just like the price action a bit better. So look, I'm not really looking at these too much. Copper. Waiting for price to break this trend line, retest and go up higher. It could be a good opportunity to try to enter preemptively, but not too confident about this trade, so I'm not going to take it. When I take trades, I like to have no regrets about taking trade. I want to make sure that it meets all my criteria, and also that there's conviction in the trade. If there's no conviction, then I'm not really interested in taking the trade. So yeah, I think that's it. So we pull up all our trades. At the moment we're on USD Swiss franc. We've got soy, which is a bit in drawdown, which is okay. Sugar, same thing, a little bit in drawdown, which is okay. Pound New Zealand, just waiting for it to dump. Hopefully it does. If not, it will take us out. And Aussie Singapore, which is going pretty nicely. So low high, and again a lower low as well. So look, we'll see where that takes us, but that's all the pairs that we have for this week. We do have a couple that we're currently watching, and if you guys want more signals and more updates on how the trades are going, please do subscribe, give me a like, and leave a comment with your questions if you do have any of these. Anyways, yeah guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.